Hey guys, welcome back. TSM here. Okay, we're going to take a look at this Worldeater fleet, the new 13.5 assault hull. There's some weird stuff going on. First and foremost, let's look at the build for the damage ship. Okay, there are decisions to make on specials. In fact, let me just take a little look, and I will shrink down. I've made a table up here to make things easier for people. Let's have a little look at damage. I think combat speed needs to be higher than the basic combat speed that people seem to be going for, because there's a lot of corrosive and need to be able to do it like drive-by shooting. So what I've been doing basically, if we look at refit, is the only thing you can really change. Bear in mind you do get extra pen damage at U3, and there'll probably be some coming later then. I've got a movement of 94 and a turn of 163. A lot of people are changing this special then and going across here, okay, and going for this special. Fantastic, okay, and you can do that, or you can change this one out as well. But the problem is the speed of the ships then. You're down at 84, doesn't seem a lot, but it's 10 combat speed, and it makes an awful lot of difference when you're actually getting into the corrosive zones of this, corrosive turrets and the corrosive ships. And that didn't work for me. So personally, I've changed that. Now, why have I changed it to this particular special? Well, simply because it's got an evade bonus, but also it's got the combat speed bonus, but it does do pen damage, which is really, really helpful. Statistically then, let's have a look at the weapon itself. So on average, let's just say that this thing does, if we look at a basic one, in fact, let's just rip all these off just to make things easiest for us. Okay, so let's just take a look at a basic one so that it's quite straightforward. You can see there the 30k is the damage. So we'll take all the measurements from the 30k. So if I put in this table over here, and I've done it basically, so the weapon damage in there then, okay, oh, I'm not allowed to edit that one there, but I can edit this one. So 30k. Okay, so there's the basic damage there, 30k. Now if I look at the weapon damage, okay, and so far at the moment, which is this is a penetrative weapon, so we look at penetrative damage, and at the moment it's 799. So if I go in there and go 799, okay, that gives you the total weapon damage then, okay, because it's obviously that plus that equals that sort of stuff. And then you look at the building damage, and it's 745. So if we put it here 745. That gives you a total damage then for that weapon, that single weapon for the building, okay? That's how it works. So basically it's that plus the percentage of weapon damage, and then times it by the amount of building damage, gives you the total damage for building damage. You never see that when you build the ships. Now take a look. There is a difference, okay? Because when you switch over and do this one here, okay, which is the reef targeting system, look how it changes. It looks like it's immeasurably more damageable, okay. Yet again, it's now, what is it now? Pen damage 1147, and then the building damage then 745, and it's still 30k, okay, for the damage. So you get a considerable amount more damage, but the problem is I don't know how long your ships are going to last. Now this is up to you. I'm making my ships faster. So that's an 84 speed ship. I found I just took too much damage personally, so I switched this one out. Now some people are switching this out instead, okay, and then they're putting this in, and they're going this way, which you can do, but then look at the damage again. So if we just go in here now and take a look at the penetrative damage then, which is quite high. So what is it, 1833, okay, and then we look at the building damage. So it's only 164, okay. The weapon hasn't changed, so now you can see the difference. Look, there's 3 different weapon types, specials, sorry, and you can see that whilst the one that actually gives you the greatest amount of damage for killing things such as ships, it's the worst at killing things like turrets. So just bear that in mind when you do your sums. Necessarily, the figure at the top here is not necessarily the best figure where it says damage. Just think about that, all right? Because it doesn't tell you the full picture. So it's the weapon type, okay, and then And if it's got various salvos, you've got to divide it by the salvos, but then obviously then do it by the damage type, which is this one here, and then times that by obviously the building damage. Now for us, we've got, as we know, there's a lot of turrets in this one here. Okay, so for me, I am basically going to go back and then I will stick to what I'm using now, which is this one here. Why? Like I said, it's a little bit faster. These are the specials I'm going for, simply because that one there does 220 building damage as opposed to the other one, which really doesn't do anywhere near as good. It doesn't have any at all, in fact. So that's it. That's my ship. Clearly we're going to get better armors and clearly we're going to get better weapons, but the point is I used a basic weapon because that was the math. So that is that hull there. Now the other weird thing, we're supposed to be having countermeasures in this this target, as we all know, in the VXP target, and actually I think Derpy's done a video as well and he's experienced the same thing. It's supposed to be sprints. I found they were rubbish, absolutely terrible. Bizarrely, then I went back to all my old hulls and I went back to things like the Myrmidons, and I went back to things like quite far back actually. I went right back and I had a look at things like the old FM hulls. I took a look at what we were putting on the FM hulls. I can't quite see where they are at the moment, but yeah. So I was looking at the FM hulls and I was looking at what we were putting on those MDS3s, Gales, and that sort of stuff. So I'll change some countermeasures around and I'll see what works. And bizarrely, the weirdest thing, which I don't understand, but actually, and here's the hull that I've got as a countermeasure hull, and it's Gales. Now we know Gales will take down UAVs, but they shouldn't take down missiles, but they bloody well are. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. I've only built one countermeasure hull because I haven't got enough build tokens. However, fortunately for me, what I've got another hull, okay, in the Myrmidon fleet, which also has Gales on it as well. So I can take that hull out and I can pop it in here. Fortunately for me, and it was the Myrmidons I used to test the drive-by speed of the corrosive damage turrets and ships. But fortunately for me, I'm on 94 and 163 for this hull. And also, it just so happens then that I'm on 94, 163 for this hull. That's just fluke. It just worked out that way. Anyway, I think what we're going to do then is we'll maximize and we'll go out and take a look at the target. So that's the build. You can have a look back at it in slow time if you want to look at it properly. Let's just take a look at the target. It's just odd. I don't get it. It makes no sense whatsoever. The VXP target, everyone knows the entry point's fixed. It's sort of like in 2 o'clock position. It's very, very odd, this. So most things you can outrange, as we know. This is obviously the trench walker scattergun first, and as long as you're roughly or close enough to roughly near it. Now I've got some pretty rubbish UAVs on, but the point is it'll kill it. Okay, and then we go across then to the Ascension missile. Be careful because obviously this one does have the ranges. But the good thing about this fleet is, look, if I just pop through here, you'll see, look, as I cut through, it'll fire. But because I've got some combat speed, look, it drops behind me. Okay, so I'm not in a splash range of that one. Now, if I'm cautious, there's the Scythe, okay, missile, and I am well outside its range. So I can take these ones down. Got enough power for that. Nip across and grab this one as well. Now it's this one here I want to focus on. Okay, so this one there is the Tide Hunter. Now this is just a pure, horrendous king-killing turret, or it should be. Now bear in mind, I've only got Gales fitted. I've got 6 on 2 ships. 6 on one and one of the Worldeaters and 6 on a Myrmidon. Watch what happens here. I can't really zoom in much further. Let me just get close enough so you can see what happens. Here we go. It takes down every single missile and I just don't understand it. It makes no sense whatsoever. I don't get it, and I just don't understand what the design team's doing these days. It just makes no sense. It makes a mockery. I've spent 10 build tokens working this out, you know, and I know other people have been doing the same, because there's just, you use sprints and they don't take down half the missiles. They miss half the UAVs. So just to prove as well, there's a ship over here that I'll show you as well. All right. It's a Contagion. Where is it? There it is over here. We'll just go across and take a look at that. It says they're the same speed, but they're not quite. But look, it'll trigger, it'll move. And here we go. Look, UAVs coming in. All dead. Every single one. So I can just sit here now if I target the ship as well. As long as I don't get too close. There you go, the ship's dead. It absolutely makes no sense. I mean, I can pick off the rest of it. There's a, you know, a UAV turret here. We haven't looked at the UAV turrets, have we, yet? And they're all gone. I just don't get it. I don't have any answers, but it works. And if it works, you may as well use it. I truly don't get it. It's rubbish. It's just not how the game should be. I don't know what the game designer's done. Let's just get on with it. He can't change it now that we've got this far in. So ultimately, they've shown us the VXP target. Yes, in the assault notes, bear in mind, it says use sprints. Don't use gales. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, that's it. It's just a short video. I just thought I'd show you. And yeah, 2 countermeasure ships, 6 gales on each. Okay, and let's see what happens. That's it. TSM out.